Hello, and welcome back to not my Ratropolis guide series, actually. This is going to be the beginning of just a little daily content for the old YouTube here. This is just going to be talked about this in the guide series. I talked about this. This is just going to be a daily, probably around 30 to 45-minute episodic Let's Play of Ratropolis. So let's talk about the format a little bit. I'm going to play these first few runs are going to be as the Navigator to finish his unlocks because I haven't played him at all yet. I've left it up to this series for the Navigator. I have an idea of what his quest cards do. They seem very fun. Like, I'm really excited to play him. I think he's going to be a new favorite. Once I finish the unlocks for this guy and get comfortable with his cards, I'm just going to cycle through the characters. We're going to do normal mode runs, no nightmare mode, random runs, just try to clear wave 30. I'm going to talk a little bit in the start here about why I'm doing this series, and then I'll just, at least for the first couple of episodes, mostly talk about the process I'm going to use to try and build up a win streak of some sort. And if I can't build up a win streak, oh well. Like, I'm going to record these. I'm not going to do any editing. I'm not going to cut out episodes or anything like that. This is just going to be run after run after run of me playing Ratropolis, for better or for worse. Let's begin. I'm making this series for two reasons. One is I don't know. I do this a lot where I go for this number of reasons without actually thinking out the number of reasons and just taking a guess and then trying to come up with more reasons. But I'm making this series mainly for the YouTube, because I looked at the YouTube and I went, oh, this is kind of barren, right? I looked at the content that has done well on my YouTube channel, and it's mostly Ratropolis stuff related to Nightmare Mode. And the videos, I'm gonna check out these. So I'll finish this thought here in a second. This is the ability. His ability lets you choose one of 3 quest cards, which just sit in your deck until you accomplish the goal, and then when you accomplish the goal, you get a reward. So use economy cards 60 times, get 2 military cards of your choice. From my understanding, when I played with this as different characters, you get to choose from every single military card in the game. Similarly, every single skill card in the game. I'm going to take Ancient Book. I think this is going to be interesting because this is going to kind of drop the economy a little short here, right? We're going to have 1 extra dead card. But yeah, I'm making this mainly because I felt like I wanted to make YouTube content, and this game does well, and I like playing this game in short bursts, but not for long periods of time. So it seemed like the perfect fit for me to make some easy YouTube-specific content. Now, I'll talk a little bit about the process here that I'm going to go through in the early game, which is essentially, first of all, card pillage, plus 80 gold every time you use this card, permanently reduce gold gained from this card by 10. I like this card a lot. I think it's a cool design. Essentially, I'm just going to be redrawing for 20 because I should, every time through, make more than 20 gold. Throwing out the grains because I'm not going to be so distracted that I mess up and put down too many of these. The early game is very simple, right? It's very straightforward. I think the first wave in general is just very mindless. It's just press redraw and play economy cards. Now you may be thinking, oh, well, isn't it faster for you to redraw using space? Couldn't you be playing these cards with key bindings? Yes, and that doesn't change the fact that I will never, ever do this. I'm gonna build a house. I think that from the first chest, my opinion on it has changed a lot over the course of playing this game. Nowadays, I think it's either add a card or just take a house. Getting a house just boosts your economics by so much, right? Especially if you still have grain in the deck, you get 2 more grains for it. It's a great shop. Oh my god. Right, so first shop, I'll talk a little bit about what I'm looking for in the first shop as well, because recently I finished up a guide series. If you're just joining me here, I just finished up a big guide series that mostly covered my strategy for clearing Nightmare Mode, but I did skip out on clearing Wave 30 a lot. The first shop essentially is the most important shop. You want to find an economic plan. This has given us 2 economic plans. Not really a plan in Barn, but a strong economic bonus. And it also gives us a wall and a house, and we have plenty of money. I really like Pillage. I really, really like Pillage. I think it's really cool. I'm gonna turn the music up slightly here. I think they put in new music for this map. Hopefully this doesn't get too loud. I think this is new music. Sometimes I like to play Potter last and lose money on it because I need to make sure that the enemies are kept guessing. You see, the enemies, they think they know what I'm gonna do. They think that I'm just gonna play my cards in the order that makes sense, and then you hit them with the switch up, right? And then boom, all of a sudden their waves are in disarray. They have no idea what's going on. And by that I mean sometimes I forget to play my cards in the right order, and I'm the one who has no idea what's going on. So with the recent changes, you can always check your card selection here. Oh, the Navigator gets an extra card select. That's really cool. I mean, Market is so good. Right? Market lends itself to a specific style, though. I think I might go mining. Nah, I mean, how do I skip Market here, you know? But so one thing I do want to state is that if you watch my guides, you will know that I tend, if you watch me play this game before, I should say, as a starter for this one, you'll know that I have a specific style that I like to play. I like to play Steel Infinites, and I like to just let them ride. I'm gonna try to not have this series devolve into me picking the exact same build and playing the exact same build over and over and over again. It could very easily devolve into that. However, I'm going to try to do different things, try out different stuff, and keep it fresh as much as I can. However, at the end of the day, if it's kind of gonna depend, right? What is my ultimate goal? Is my goal to do something that I think is relatively entertaining here, or am I going to do something that is win streaking, right? Because win streaking, I don't care about the entertainment value. I just want to go, go, go. I will. Oh god, militia leader. Ugh. I tend to lean towards, if you've ever watched me play anything before this, I tend to lean towards doing things that are more wacky. I like playing games in a more ridiculous style for two reasons. One, it combats my own boredom, right? I will get bored of just playing the exact same build over and over and over again until the end of time. But for two, if you make a victory happen doing something absolutely absurd, it's way more interesting. That being said, I did put myself into a position where it's going to be hard for me to not pull a Steel Infinite here. Let me just say that. I really like this new music for this map. This is really good. Do you hear this? Desert map has music. By the way, from now, like, you have to bear with me a little bit. I'm trying to... This YouTube series is going to be a learning process. I don't expect episode 1 to be perfect. It's going to be far from it. But you're going to have to join me on this expedition. You're going to have to join me on this journey to creating good YouTube content. And for a little while here, it's going to be bad YouTube content. I'll just say it. I think that this is going to be not up to my ideal standard. You may think, sometimes I do this as well, where I'll just go off on a tangent, and it may seem like I'm just sitting here doing nothing, but while I'm off on the tangent, I'm also trying to think of what I'm going to do. I'm sorry to say, we are going to do a Steel Infinite, because it's easy. Maybe not an infinite, but I'm going to do a heavy draw style here, if nothing else. I don't think it's bad. I like playing high draw style. They're fun. I'm working on one other thing that I'm working on for you, my viewer, as I pull out my notepad here, is I'm working on a diagram of these events. Now, please give me a moment here when we flip to the correct page. I have a pad of paper here that I've been mapping out this event tree, more or less. Hopefully, let's see, I would imagine we have like probably like in about 10 runs, I would say, I'll probably have this entirely mapped out. I need to go, they have my condolences, which, if you want my opinion, if you're just trying to win, I think that they have my condolences is the best one. Card remove is at a high premium. However, if you play this game in a different style, you may find that leader level up is better. Kind of tailor it to how you play the game, mainly. I don't like war. This card's interesting to me, but after playing with it once or twice, I've determined that I don't love it. However, I think that there's going to be cases where it's going to be great. I just have not found one yet. For the most part, it's been extremely detrimental to me. I should grab a new quest card. Use any building effect 15 times for 1,000 gold. Upgrade 3 cards for 20 bounty. Use labor card 20 times. Plus 2 card when you redraw for the next 120 seconds. This doesn't seem very good. I don't particularly care for limited reward, right? I'm not a big fan of, for the next 2 minutes, gain an effect on anything like that. Upgrade 3 cards is going to be like the entire game, though. I guess I'll take Ancient Book. The main reason is because I think that these two are going to take way too long to ever come to fruition for me. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that that was the best one. Yeah, mostly though I think that hopefully you'll bear with me. Over time I plan to, like, I'm going to watch these videos back and try to notice for myself things that I could do better, things that I think are bad, and things that I want to emphasize. This pick is not very good. This pick is take the wall and leave or reroll for something better. However, the only thing that is better that I would be looking for would be buildings. You can say, right, you may think to yourself, graveyard or altar, and you would be right. These have practical effects. However, I'm not going to really take altar for grain, and I'll take a graveyard, sure. It's free population. What's not to love? It's 3 space, that's what's not to love. I'm going to wait here on placing this wall down. I tend to expand my walls in one direction. I just pick a direction and go that way. God, these guys with their leader are so funny. They attack so fast. The event that causes you to lose all gold, I've talked about this numerous times. This may be the millionth time you're hearing me say this, actually. But the event that causes you to lose all your gold, or take increased enemy wave time, or take -10, 7 population, one of those two, it occurs after your 4th wall in one direction. So I try to get that event out of the way as fast as possible. I have the population for this. We'll take Squire. I don't love Squire. I don't hate him, but I also am not the biggest fan. But I have a lot of free population because I've taken a lot of houses in this. A lot of houses. So I'm just going to let him cook over there for a while. Oh god, I knew this was his big boy, but I still put down a heavy amount of militia. How can you not? I got the militia leader. Come on. I tend to flip between commentary related to what I'm doing in game and commentary outside of game as I need to. This is going to be something that I'm going to need to balance out more for YouTube than I do on Twitch. But if you don't know, my current main day is on Twitch. However, I am making my foray into YouTube as of... What happens if you upgrade this? Oh, it doubles the reward. Cool. Interesting. I'm making a few steps into YouTube outside of just putting stream VODs up that I cut up, right? Making some YouTube specific stuff, seeing how I like it, more or less. I like it. I do really like YouTube. It's very different from Twitch in the content that I create. This is very different from having a conversation with chat, right? There's no... You're listening to this, you're hearing me talk, however, you are not replying. If you reply, it's going to be in a comment that I read in a day or two. And if I ever put up a backlog, which currently I'm going to be recording these like 3 a.m. after I finish my stream and putting them up at 9 a.m. same day. Let's look at these real quick. Use skill card 30 times, plus 20 attack to target group. Plus 20 attack, that's a lot actually. Militia have 3 attack. This is a big boost for early game if I grab this, but I'm going to have to be stealing a lot more. Obtain 3 leader levels. 60% lifesteal is meh. Get 20 population plus 2 card. I don't care about any of these. I'm just going to be real with you. I don't think that any of those are worth it. But yeah, so how I'm going to do it right now, and then if you like or dislike the style that I'm going to commentate over these videos, please feel free to tell me. I am more than open to your criticism. I'm learning, and I'm getting a feel for this medium currently. Very different than Twitch, as I was saying before I got interrupted by having to make a decision. Oh, guess I just bought a wharf. Would have really liked to buy this barracks, but I accidentally double-clicked here. Yeah, this would have been very nice, but instead we're going to take a wharf. So, you know, them's the breaks. By the way, don't expect that you're going to see perfect gameplay out of me. I make a lot of mistakes. I don't pay full attention. I just kind of get rolling. I focus a lot more heavily on my commentary is the main thing to say. If you want to have a real moment here, because, you know, it's fun, haha, streamer, YouTuber, bad at game, what an idiot, right? And to a certain extent, sure. I'm not the best. I think that I'm pretty good at Ratropolis when I focus up. However, when I'm making content for it, I don't focus up. When I'm doing this, I want to focus on the commentary. I want to make sure that I'm making engaging content instead of just content straight up based on Ratropolis. This event's interesting. I think it's real good. This is a great event to get. I would say it's best to just lose half my gold here, even though the merchant did just show up. Again, this is like a wall and pass. However, is it too late? Can I do that? I don't think I can. I want to find something. Second assistance, and then I go high density in the deck, maybe? Nah, I'm one away from getting an infinite. One more removal and we're good to go. And that removal can even just be like ancient book. Navigator's interesting. I'm excited to see what his unlocks are. Yeah, I want a card remove here. I think I wanted the militia. What the hell? Why did I leave 2 of these in? This is just like, you can watch this and say that I'm careless. I'm not explaining as much as I should. I'm not going to talk through all of the events and read them all out because I think that that will become very tedious for me. The first time through, maybe I should. However, yeah, you know what? In the next video, I'll read out all of the events, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. I've read these events a couple of times now, to say the least. So, oh yeah, this event can just let you get to an infinite if you have under 10 cards. Right. This event's real cool. 3, 6, 9, 10. Okay, just be careful. Essentially, I'm just going to play these 3 cards to generate income now. Although there's no reason to, because I'm going to lose all of this money anyway. Huh. So we're just going to kind of sit here and wait. I'm going to power up my army a little bit, I guess. I will use Q and E. I do complain and like say I don't use hotkeys. However, I will use Q and E to jump to one side or the other. It's the only hotkey I really care about and use in this game. So are we going to lose this house? We are. As long as we don't lose another one. Alright, it's fine. Okay, on this event... where's my pencil? Ah, shit, I lost it. This is the... I need to take Amazing. You'll be one of my closest advisors here. This is +2 +16, boy. +2 +8. Advisor's real good. Oh, I never made a video explaining all of the advisors. You know what? I'll make that after this. Yeah. I need to... it's going to be a quick video just walking through all of the advisors. I'm going to make that after this. Hopefully that'll be up alongside this. I'll release 2 videos today. Or maybe I'll space it out. No, I want to get into making the daily stuff. It's time to get rid of cheese. I want to get into the swing of putting up these longer form, not longer form, I guess, but more commentary focused videos that aren't necessarily about Ratropolis and becoming better at this game as a whole, but more so just me bullshitting over video content. Shouldn't have pottered here? No, wait, it's fine. I removed a card. If you're ever in a situation like that, though, where you're running an infinite, as I tend to do, and you recognize that you have an 11th card, but you also have assistance here. So this is really hard to explain in words without just showing, right? But essentially, if you have an 11th card in your draw pile, you can... Oh, use militia, dude. If I got that barracks, this round would be so set. Hate to see it. I'll talk about these cards. Musketeer, I don't love. Exiled, also don't love. Blessing, it's not my favorite because we're going to go infinite. This should never really come into play. And I'm not going to add 3 military cards, so I'm skipping all of these legends. See, that's the sort of decision making that happens to me basically instantly nowadays. I can take expansion territory. So I can kind of demonstrate what I was gonna say here. Kind of. No, I can't. What I was gonna point out, right? So, say I steal there, right? If I didn't have a card in the card bag, what I could do is I could just assistance right now and draw back one either assistance or steal to maintain the infinite. Plums here? No, I don't think so. I don't think I'll need it. Since there's one more card, I can't do it. So my point is moot. What you got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Would be my 10th card. If we draw 4, I can draw then 6. I can take Battle Cry. I'm not gonna. I could have taken it though, for sure. Oh, I should be infiniting on mining, right? That's what I should be doing. Ooh, I'm gonna lose all my gold right before this merchant gets here. You can actually make an argument for taking 10 Radizens, but I still think it's right to lose all gold. What do you got today? This isn't great. I'm gonna reroll this shop. I don't really love any of this. Maybe pirate, but nah. I don't really care for any of those cards in this situation. Double check it though. Oh wait, cheese. You may think, oh, second mining. I think the second mining is a bait. We only need one. And then I prefer guards over slingers. I don't really need militia or march. Maybe. I'm never gonna afford agate. Okay. I'm not. So here's the thing. I'm not going to play any cards here because I want to leave off on having played a skill so that if I draw just assistance, I can play assistance here. I draw 3, and then we can steal, and then we're good. Like that. See, and this is the case, right? Sometimes, let me demonstrate this. I talked about this a lot in the guides with cards being inconsistent about drawing themselves. Assistance is one of those cards that will not draw itself sometimes, but then sometimes it will draw itself. As you can see there, I played it even though the last card I played was a skill and it did not draw itself. Immigration. If I had a reliable way to remove cards, I would pick this up. However, since I don't really want to take a dead card. Although I did take Ancient Book. So I took Ancient Book and then I removed Grain. So that's not a great look. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this because I'm probably not going to add any more labor in. Right, but now that we're here, we're just going to make ourselves a lot of money. I'll try not to do this every run, right? 6 extension cards for 2,000 gold. Huh. Or use military cards 40 times. I mean, either way, if I take this, I'm going to ruin my infinite for a round, but we can get it back, and it's real easy to make the money here for this. Ah. Hello. I didn't recognize that you were here. Oh, you already got Royal Guard. Interesting. I may want to hang on to Royal Guard. Huh. Oh, this is going to be a long-ass video, huh? I didn't really realize how long these runs actually take, because at the end of the run it goes, this run lasted you like 31 minutes, but that doesn't count all of this time. I'm gonna end up fucking myself over here pretty quickly, I'm feeling like. I just grabbed the mark. I think I should pass this. My reasoning is that I don't have a way to, like, I'm gonna have too many cards if I do that. I don't really want to. Yeah, we're just gonna play some cards here. You'll notice I flip back and forth, right? I think from here it's pretty straightforward, but I do want to provide something resembling meaningful commentary in relation to the game for the parts that I think are crucial, right? Probably should have pumped out a few more militia here. You know what? We're just gonna fall back. It's fine. We can just rebuild. No big deal. This is like, if I make mistakes like this, I can always just get all my money back pretty quickly. There's a few things in this game I still need to do. I haven't actually beaten the game as the shaman yet, for example, because I don't like playing as the shaman very much. She's not really my favorite character. I don't really like Soul. If I had an open space, I could take experiments. I'm holding on to the Royal Guard to try and duplicate him, but I think I might just throw him out there and let him rip. No, experiments is kind of baiting me here. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a Royal Guard down. That, I guess. Power up the left side a little bit more. But yeah, overall, you'll have to bear with me. This is going to be a bit of a learning process as I move from a purely guide-based style to this more commentary-focused build. Let's call my YouTube content a build. I did try out Druid a little more, and I think that Druid is better than I gave it credit for. I'm going to pick up one of these here and just throw a few of them down because I think they're fun. And they make a crazy noise when you play one. Am I 100% certain on the 2 population cost? Nah, but it's fun. Give her a try. There are some buildings that I could take, but I would rather just rather just take the card remove. You'll notice I like to play a very thin deck style. I don't like to have more than 10 cards. Preferably in most cases less than 5. This is the pure negative event. I think I'll just take -2 rats. -2 rats. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited for this mainly because I'm looking forward to trying to learn how to make my YouTube content better over the course of the next few however long I spend on this. You can argue that I should have held that longer so that I could use these extensions on something better than I'm about to. Not wrong. No, you're not wrong. I'm about to just upgrade some freaking houses. Throw it down on a wall. Yeah. Should have held that card a little longer. That's a lesson learned, though. I would never have really thought of that. But yeah, you need to hold on to your quests. I also feel like Expedition might be really bad, because this may just end up filling your deck with a bunch of useless bloat. I don't think it's good to have more than one quest going at a time. Oh, get 2 building cards of your choice. That seems really good. And getting 100 soul shouldn't be too hard. Remove 5 cards for 200 HP to the wall. Use building cards 10 times. Redraw cost free. Big ancient gear. Redraw cost being free would be a lot of money. I've lost my gold, right? So I should expand to the other direction. Mostly I've noticed that Druid comboed with a strong backline is really good. You may think I'm going to pick Longsword Rat here. In normal circumstances, you would be correct. However, these are not normal times, which we are living in, my friend. I have Militia Leader. He makes your militia attack very fast, and then they look silly. What do I want here? So closest advisor leads to... Oh, this actually leads to some new shit. Aw, man, I don't have a pencil. Alright, I'll just have to... Ugh, I don't like either of these options, though. In this deck, these both suck. But yeah, I really wish I had my pencil with me right now. Oh well. Take redraw time down. Maybe I'll just remember what I'm doing here. I won't. Oh wait a minute. It's gonna be on video. Hold the fucking phone. I'm recording this right now. This is gonna be on YouTube. I can just pull the information as to where this path leads from the video. Holy shit. How did it take me that long to recognize that this is getting recorded? I was like, how am I gonna remember this for later? How could I possibly remember what is going on in this video? Oh, right. YouTube, the recording. I'm not an idiot. I want to make sure that is clear. I'm not dumb. I'm careless. Maybe not. Careless isn't even really the right word. I just, maybe I am just dumb. I don't know. Either I'm dumb or my focus is in other places. You may choose the wording that you prefer. Tavern's good. I wouldn't mind picking up Tavern here, but this card is going to be unplayable for a little while, and it will bloat me out. Like my money problems are abundant right now, especially with the floods that we just took. Ooh, Militia's getting kind of bodied here. Yeah, just farming up some soul. Hey, the aid station's ready. You guys okay? Just apply a little aid to the pile of corpses we just left on the ground. No, I'm sticking to the plan. I'm sticking to the plan. It's not a good plan, but I'm sticking to it. I'm gonna take gold here. And we took gold there. Fine. The right side's stronger because they have Royal Guard. But yeah. Oh, they don't have any druids though. Huh. I don't know. I will have a tendency to fall into an autopilot sort of mode where I just kind of it's almost second nature at this point to just talk about the game in its entirety and not fall into tangents. Especially in this format, right? It's going to be even more difficult for me to do this properly, more or less. Gonna bear with me, right? It's gonna be a learning experience. I'm gonna be watching these VODs back, trying to figure out where I want to improve, what I think I can do better. If you have any suggestions, by the way, feel free. Leave me any constructive feedback in the comments down below. Even if it's just, this sucked, I hated it, feel free. I can take it. Trust me, I can handle your criticism. 4 building cards of your choice. 4 building cards of my choice. That seems good. The thing about this is, this upgrade, it may seem like, oh, this is only a temporary upgrade. It's true. It is only a temporary upgrade. However, 4 building cards of my choice is... that's a lot. That's every building I could possibly need. And by every building I possibly need, I mean I'm just going to pick 4 hog throwers. We're going to crank our hogs together, brothers. Aru. Let's follow the pack. It's a very strange subreddit. This is a subreddit reference. Relatively... like in the grand scheme of things, I would say it's a smaller subreddit. I don't think that there's as many people on this subreddit. It's like in the, I think, 50 to 100,000, but it may be like in the 100 to 500,000 range actually as well, and I'm not sure. I'm playing Potter instead of mining. That's not great. On the aid station for after when the fighting's done. But yeah, this is where the druids are kind of shining, right? You stack up a few druids. I definitely undervalued this unit. Even it's a combination of 2 things, honestly, is what it is. There's 2 reasons that I didn't think druid is good, but now I do think druid is good. One of them is, in the past, I didn't take houses nearly as often as I do now. I take a lot of houses in this game. What do you got for me? Get 20 Radizens, select a military card, gets +4 attack, upgrade 3 cards, get 3 military cards for a selected skill card, gains 200% damage. These quests are really interesting to me. I think that there's something crazy you can do with this for sure, but I don't know exactly how. I'd have to mess around with it a little more. But I'm really excited for these. I really, really like this character. I think this mechanic's super fun. I mean, the 4 attack is going to be minimal compared to what I'm planning to do to this game. Although maybe we're not going to get there. We're going to get there. I take it back, we're going to get there. Welcome to this shit again. Welcome back, I should say, to this shit. You know, it's the first episode. Do what you know. This is what I know. Steel plus work, this is probably my bread and butter. I'm not saying, this isn't me saying this as if I created this. Someone suggested me to try out using steel in this manner in my Twitch chat, and I did so, and I you know, I've found a certain amount of success doing this on these runs, to say the least. I gotta remove this Potter. It's actively hurting me. I'll take some walls. Okay. From this position, this run has gone from can I win to how much do I want to win? I sound very confident, but I am extremely confident from this position of my capabilities because we get to just choose 4 buildings. I'll give you a hint. We're going to pick barracks. The problem is this will actually mess up my infinite a little bit. We're going to pick barracks. We're going to pick monastery. We're going to pick smithy. And we're going to pick Warren. There is a chance that I won't miss the draw here, right? 1, 2. Let me put down a few more military cards. My front line is dead. I don't have a front line. So if I die in the next few rounds, I will die, to be fair. Oh, I drew steel and assistance. How beautiful is that? I should maybe focus on making sure I don't get extremely killed here, but I've got wacky things to do. Although, in the grand scheme of things, this isn't that wacky. This is just a very standard. Standard or wacky, take your pick. I got militia leader. I know what I have to do here. Where is my barracks? Welcome to... First of all, let's go to the smithy. Welcome back to... Oh boy, here I go playing a dumb infinite again. I'm your host, the guy who plays a dumb infinite again. Special thanks to me on the dumb infinite. And also me for putting this all together. Druid, nah, let's throw guards out. I should have thrown Potter out. Yep, should have thrown Potter out. Is a great point. You're correct, and also very smart. And I am a big dumb. I mean, I got the monastery. This is a run though that I could probably go with to nightmare mode and come out on top of. I believe. I could be wrong, but I have the buildings, I have the steel, I have the work. You have infinite card selection from here. You can just make it happen. Upgrade the militia, and then we should be fine. Hope you're ready. It's going to be a lot of clicking on this menu. It's actually a good time to talk about things unrelated to the game. Well, after I live this wave, I should say. Real quick, let me make sure we go live this wave. Throw a few druids out there, sure. Overall, though, I'm real excited. As I'm getting deeper into it, like we're coming up. This is 40 minutes. I'm not gonna hit the ideal YouTube timer. Wouldn't it be real funny if I just died here after being so confident? That would be good. That would be a very classic me moment. The Royal Guard is dead, but he held it down long enough, it looks like, to win us this combat. Thank you, Royal Guard. And F. Yeah, the Druids, they just actually chain stun. Like, non-bosses, they get trapped forever. Oh, this path leads back to I only carry out the will of the people, or I'll try to do them a favor. So I have my move here. I'll try to do them a favor, gets you kicked out, you lose your hero power. We'll do I only carry out the will of the people, for sure. Let's take teacher here, 2 levels. Oh, the reward increases off of that. Oh, wait, that's insane. I misinterpreted what the leader level up on this guy did. I thought it gave you more cards to choose from. Oh, sorry, I bumped my pop filter there. Probably going to want to lean a little closer to the mic. Like, I think I should be about in this position for the course of recording. This is something that I will figure out in the future. Let's see what I can get. 20 Radizens, upgrade 3 cards to get 4 building cards. Like, I don't particularly care about any. I'll take Ancient Coin because it's really easy to fill out. I have a Warren, right? Okay. But yeah, I'm just gonna work infinite here. Welcome aboard. If you haven't seen this before, it's very silly. Overall, though, like I said, I'm excited. I like streaming. I do really enjoy Twitch streaming and having that minute-to-minute interactive with chat, talking and holding a conversation with those of you who hang out is a great time. I wouldn't trade it. But the YouTube content, it's a different aspect, right? I basically get to sit here and monologue for about 40 minutes. And now some of that monologue is going to be chewed up by me talking about the game, because at the end of the day, I am here to play Ratropolis. I'm here to talk as well, but I'm here to talk over Ratropolis and hit you with some words from my own brain. Like onomatopoeia. I don't know why, but onomatopoeia is one of the first words that comes to my mind. If you were to tell me, think of a word, there is a decent chance that the first word that I would say is onomatopoeia. I have no idea why. It's not like, I think it's just a fun word to say, and as a result, it has become ingrained into my mind. But yeah, as in this monologue sort of state, though, this becomes less of a dialogue that I hold with chat, and it becomes a time for reflection. What do I want? What do I want to talk about right now? I got 40-something minutes to shoot the shit with you. By the way, if you're still here at minute 40, I can't believe it. And thank you. Even if no one watches these videos, or even if just one person watches, actually, even if no one watches these videos, I don't care. There was a time in my life where I was very worried and I was very conscious of things like, oh, isn't it like, oh, it's just a waste of my time if no one watches the videos. Why am I even doing it? Isn't it kind of weird that I'm just sitting here talking to myself? But it's not really talking to myself, right? This is more or less vocalizing and exploring the inner dialogue that I have with myself, right? That's what this is. And it's something that I don't really do. I just kind of push down on that. I'm going to take the Isaac, because I think it's the least chance of adding a card. Oh, I shouldn't need Druid anymore. Yeah, this is more of a time of reflection for me than it is content. It is content as well. Like, I do want to make sure, a big part of this is I always want to be improving. I want to be making the content that I'm creating here in this world of the internet. I want to make sure that this is the best that I believe that I can create. Now, one trapping of that is I will never create something that is the best that I believe I can make. I will always believe that there is room for improvement in everything I do. However, with that mindset, I will be able to do things that I wouldn't want to necessarily do, like watch a video of me playing this game and listen to the commentary. And you might think, oh, well, if you don't want to listen to it, why are we listening to it? However, in this case, it's not that I don't want to listen to it because I think it's boring. I actually, especially in the 10-minute, 15-minute, however long that guide ended up being, guide on clearing nightmare mode, I had a lot of fun making that. And I ended up taking like 3 or 4 takes of me over the audio, and then I watched them all back and picked the one that I liked the most. And I think that it was like an unnecessary amount of effort, but hopefully that effort helps to show that I care. Basically, I want to make sure that the content, that's the sort of thing that I don't expect an award or anything like that for watching my own videos back, but it's the sort of thing that I hope that over time I will be able to track a noticeable upturn and like a noticeable positive line on how I feel about the videos that I make. And I don't think that this video is particularly bad. Now, this is me in the present. Me of the future may watch this back and go, God, what was this fucking idiot talking about? Well, that's not YouTube friendly. You can't say the frick word. Sorry, YouTube AutoSense, but also, I already dropped one, so like, also fuck off, YouTube ad revenue sense. I'm not making any money on these videos. I can say frick and fuck and shit all I want. Doesn't matter. Not making any money off these videos yet. Maybe down the line, right? Maybe down the line there'll be a nice little advertisement gifted to me by Daddy YouTube. For now, though, I don't care, right? I'm gonna try to pull back on the swearing. I'm not one for big swearing anyway, though. I don't think that it's cool to just swear for the fun of it. This is as far as I'm gonna go, by the way. 49,200 is more than enough. These militia are going to hold it down from here on out. I'm not gonna subject you to looking at me play the same 3 cards simulator 2020, whatever year it is. This is a statement that I'm going to make with take this one with a grain of salt, right? But I'm not big on swearing. I have known people in the past who, I think that with everything, people, maybe not with everything, but with many, many things, people will tend to turn it into their personality. What do I mean by this? Because this is a very vague statement that I have made. I look at something like weed culture, right? If you smoke weed, shit. Smoke weed, I don't care. Do it up. Whatever you want to do. However, smoking weed is not your personality. It's not I don't know, it's not your personality. You should be more than your hobbies, right? You should be a person who enjoys things, not a person who is their hobbies. And with smoking or whatever else, right? This is tangentially related. I'm realizing now as I go off onto this hobby tangent. Rein it back in, boy. There are people out there who pride themselves. This is what I'm trying to say. I have found the words. There are people out there who pride themselves on heavy swearing and being extremely vulgar and crude, and I don't have a filter, and don't fucking talk to me before I've had my coffee. All right, the coffee one is maybe not necessarily directly related, but you get the idea, right? I don't respect that. If you are one of these people, I would suggest, you know what? Typically in situations like this, I backpedal, right? Because I try to keep myself very neutral in everything. I don't pose any too strong of an opinion. I just take it easy. I don't want to make any enemies. However, if you are one of these people, I'm not saying no. Reevaluate is what I would like to say. Just ask yourself if that's really what you want to be. If it is, by all means. If you want to be someone who prides themselves on swearing, if you do pride yourself on swearing, I guess, go for it. Like, it's not really hurting anyone as long as you're not telling kids to fuck off, teaching kids swear words, right? That's the big question mark. But for the most part, it's not my business. Do whatever you want, right? If you enjoy swearing, go for it. However, for me personally, I think that initially, so it's been a life cycle, right? When I was very young, I was taught that it was bad to swear. Oh no, I would never swear. I would never say anything untoward. Swearing is wrong and bad. In high school, I realized that I can swear. It's not that big of a deal. Everyone does it. Cool. I swore a lot because it was new and interesting. Now that I'm in my early 20s, it's not cool. There's no comedic timing. There's nothing interesting to hearing me say fuck 100 times. And I'm also trying to remove it from my vocabulary as a filler word, if that makes sense. I don't want to, bridge the dead air that I should just let hang with bad words. Because, can I get a fucking... Bridging words are something that I've been trying to work out of my vocabulary ever since I started streaming as well. And ums, but... I was very adamant about it, and I was pointing them out to myself at all times early on, but now that I've kind of it doesn't really matter, right? I don't think that my success or failure is going to be hinged on the number of times I went or However, it is nice to be more articulate. If we look back at Ratropolis here, now that I've come down from this very long tangent that I just went on, you will notice that I have 25 dudes militia that are 49/200s, and we can just coast, right? I don't have anything else to do here. This game could use a speed up mechanic. I'm done. This run is over. I have won. And from this point on, it's literally just watching my militia kill the enemy. that's what this run could really use. It could use time skips. I could like not slow down, obviously. Maybe slow down, because as long as the cooldowns are all the same, it wouldn't really change anything. But I could really use the option to just like skip ahead. I need a button that lets me start the wave. That's what I need. I need to be able to just click a button and have the wave begin. Yeah, for the most part, like, I didn't go too in depth on the game itself. I feel like I've spent a lot of time recently going super in depth on this game and strategies and things like that. I kind of wanted to take a more relaxed approach. Just kind of shoot the shit with you, And by with you, I mean myself. But if you're listening, you, the viewer. And this is nice. Like, this is good. I really, really do enjoy this. This is the type of content that I've wanted to make since. This is weird to say, but this is the type of content I've wanted to make since I started to gain traction as a streamer. And what do I mean by gain traction? You may be thinking, oh boy, is this guy someone famous? No. But I'm pulling decent numbers, right? I average between 20 and 30 viewers per night, which is enough people. I've reached the point where I have enough people who watch me that if I say something, I will typically get a response, which is wonderful. It's changed how I do my commentary, right? Initially, I did a monologue. I would just go off on tangents like I'm doing here. I would talk. Now, I can just pose a question. I can go, hey, has anyone here recently, things like that. And then someone will be like, no, or yeah. Like just now on stream, we had a nice long conversation about influential hip hop music. I'm very big into, not very big, but the main genre I listen to is hip hop. And on stream, we had a nice little talk about influential albums, and we talked about our favorite music, and it's real fun. So I can pose a question or pose something like that, or sometimes someone else will even do it, and we go off on a nice long conversational about that, and I really love that. But I also missed this sort of conversational as well, where I just sit here and talk about whatever I want to talk about for, coming up on 50 minutes. Holy moly. The time really flies. When I'm recording runs and talking like this, the time really flies by for me. It's crazy. I'm going to take a moment here to rehydrate because my throat's getting a little dry. It's interesting too, when I stream, I tend to try to not make everything about me talking about me and I try to like pose questions and make things that everyone can get involved in. I can't really, in this format, pose a question. This is 50 minutes of me just talking about me. This goes into, I guess this is why the time flies, right? This goes into a bit of what I like, one of my big philosophies. Big philosophies? I don't know. Something that I believe, which is that people love to talk about themselves. Ask more questions. I don't know. I assume that if you're still with me, at this point, that's insane. I'm gonna not be doing these check-ins on every video, don't worry. I recognize this is the second one, but, this run's coming to a close. I'm not gonna go off on any more topics, but if you're with me here, thank you. Like, truly. Thanks for watching with me. Thanks for hanging. Ratropolis is interesting because the early section of the game, I think you do need to focus up a little bit, make sure you're making good decisions, but you'll typically have a plan and be set by a certain point, right? Like, what? Look at how fast he died. We have 36 upgraded militia leader with 50 attack militiamen. They're just going to crush these bosses. This run could go long on a Nightmare Mode run, but I'm absolutely not staying up till 7 a.m. playing Nightmare Mode. Hell no. But yeah, got Harbor City. See down here. See what we unlock. This 340 points. Very nice. First try. See what the unlocks are. I'm real excited. Oh, unlocks. Please show me my card unlocks. Here we are. Patrol. Discard one random card, permanently decrease redraw cost by 5. Whoa! Merchant ship, discard your hand, get a treasure card every 12 cards you discard from this card. Invite, discard 3 random cards plus 1 Ratizen. These are all really cool. I really like all of these. So, you can do some fun stuff with Gather, like upgrade a Gather, and then these become a net positive. A few Barns. Oh, this is really neat. I like these cards a lot. These are cards that would be terrible in Steel Infinites, but I think that you can incorporate in some real interesting ways. I mean, getting a treasure chest is cool. Yeah, I really like that. Wow. Oh, I'm excited for this guy. I really like his cards. I think that this character is super nice. Have I mentioned that? But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you for watching. Truly, if you're still with me, you do not know how much I appreciate it. Leave a like, drop a comment down below if you wanna. Hit me with a, watch the whole thing. That would be a huge confidence boost. Or just call me an idiot and tell me that I messed up and could have played 10 times better. These are going to be pretty relaxed videos. I will just be, kind of hanging out, going off about whatever I really want to after I get set, right? Because Ratropolis is a game where there's a lot of dead time once you have your plan set up. You can see how I set my plan up. I didn't really commentate over it too well. I'll try to be more clear and decisive about what I'm doing in the next video. Just in the early ones, I do want these to be like, here's ways that I can clear wave 30. But yeah, thank you for watching, truly. If you enjoyed, drop me a comment, hit me with a like, subscribe. I'll be putting out Ratropolis videos every day for the foreseeable future. And I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you have a great day.